from Sue, so obviously that's why I'm cutting this one short, telling you about this one, because I don't want this to sell out before we see that video. If you do want that one, £32.99 is your price. 286082 is your item number. But yeah, we will be coming back to that one. Next we've got for you, now Sue put together an incredible counter for us, and I love it because if she's, well, she's obviously like me, you know, in the passion for her crafting, and she's really thought about the customers. So the first one, perfect for beginners. The next three are perfect for relatively quick makes, but really nice makes that you can use for gifts, that you can use time after time after time for Christmas. These are fantastic. So they've been designed to go around a bottle. So it might be a gift that you're giving, a bottle of wine that you're giving, or they could fit Paula, or obviously they could be beautiful for just decorations on the table. I love it because look, it's already finished for you. How cute is that? So you've already got it finished. You've got, of course, all the threads. Yeah, brilliant for you, brilliant for your chihuahuas. Obviously, no, don't do that. But look at the designs. This is what you're going to actually create. How cute are they? And honestly, the Santa Claus that we have got in these next few kits are just lovely. They're the happiest Santas ever. Now, how pretty are those? Look at him. Isn't he lovely? And I love that they've got matching hats as well. It's just so cute. Now, £24.99. You are getting the full kit there, saving £4.50, 650251. Okay, we need to watch that video straight away. I'm so sorry that you're watching a video straight away, but we're really worried that that'll sell out and we won't be able to show you. And Sue's put a lot of hard work into these. So let's see our lovely Sue in action, giving you tips and techniques about that beautiful bird tablecloth.
I don't know whether I'm allowed to use the C word yet, but I'm going to do. Christmas. This is a printed cross-stitch tablecloth. I thought that now was the ideal time to demonstrate this because you need time to be able to make things ready for Christmas, whether you're going to use it for yourself or give it as a gift. This is ideal for an absolute beginner. It's not counted cross-stitch where you have to count from a chart. The crosses are all printed onto the tablecloth. It's beautiful 100% cotton, 80 centimetres square. So for those of you that are in inches, it's 32 inches. And look at the beautiful border that's around it. Just finishes the tablecloth off. So very easy instructions. Your instructions are there. So it's a bit like painting by numbers. You're going to use the colours on the chart and put them onto the tablecloth. You have got two colour charts there, one going 1 to 7 and the other one going 13 to 18. And they correspond with two separate colour charts there, thread charts. So that one does your 1 to 7 and that one does your 13 to 18. And the reason why they've done this is that you've almost like got a double protection on the colours, because if you look at your reds, you've got two reds in it. So they've put one red on one chart, another red on another chart. And the same with the greens, so that you didn't get mixed up with the colours. One green on one chart and one green on the other chart. But I do have to say, if you do get mixed up when you're doing your cross stitch with, say, the reds or the greens, or even in the robin itself on here, don't worry too much. Nobody's ever going to look at it. And certainly, I mean, with birds and with flowers, they're all different colours anyway. So don't panic too much that you might have the wrong colour. If you've used it, don't bother to pull it back. Just keep it as it is. The only thing that you really need to know about this when you're doing your crosses is try and keep all your crosses going in the same direction. And I'm going to show you how to do that next. 6 strands of embroidery thread, but only use 3 of them. So in one of the previous demonstrations, I showed you how to split your embroidery thread. I also made a mess of threading my needle, so I've already got it pre-threaded on this one. So we're going to use the red here, and I'm going to do this little cluster here, and that little cluster refers to those. There. I've already started and done a couple. I've put mine in an embroidery hoop because I do like working in an embroidery hoop and I like to have my fabric quite taut. But for something like this, you don't have to. If you prefer to do it freehand, then that's absolutely fine. So all you're going to do is you're going to follow your chart as to what colours go where. And you can either do these as a full cross, or you can go across the row and then back again. So I'm going to show you what I mean. That would be a full cross. There. And what I'm doing is I'm just covering the actual cross that's been transferred onto the tablecloth. It is suggested that you cover all of the cross, but if there's any little bits that you've missed and you haven't quite covered it, don't worry too much. Once you've washed the tablecloth a couple of times, these will eventually just fade out. So that's the full cross that I did there. Sorry, I got carried away talking then and didn't show you. And this is doing half crosses. There. And then when we've got to the end of the row, you can go back and you can finish them off. There's no hard and fast rules really with this. In fact, if you wanted to, and I think it's what I would do the whole little cluster in half crosses and then go back and finish them all off as full crosses. So what I will do is I'll just finish this little half one off here, and then I'll go back on those so that you can see them. I don't start off my work with a knot on this because this is a tablecloth and I don't want a knot to be bulky, and if you're putting something on it, it wobbles. So I start my work off and then catch it in at the back. The back of the work needs to be reasonably tidy if you can do, because obviously it is a tablecloth and the back is not hidden. I know when it's down on the table it's hidden, but it's not hidden completely like a picture is, where you'll never see the back of it. Right, so that's, just do that top one there. See how quick it is to do as well. It's lovely. There we go. Right, so I'm just going to leave that for now and show you the back. So this is what I've worked already here. And the birds, what I've done there so far, I have taken 4 evenings to do. So that just gives you a guide. That's almost 1/4 of the tablecloth. So that will just give you a rough guide as to how long it would take you to do. Now the back of my work is like that. So as you can see, I've just caught in the loose threads and then I've cut them off quite short, because you don't want to be having loose threads trailing on the back of your tablecloth, because when the cloth is down, you don't want to see those shining through just as a shadow. So try and keep the back of your work close cut. I'd see that is a little bit too long there, so I would just get my scissors. There, I don't want it as long as that. And I just snip it off. I've already made sure that it is well fastened down, so that is the important thing. Because we are cutting the end threads fairly close, make sure that it is really well secured, both at the beginning and the end. I'll just show you how to fasten off, and very similarly, this is how you would start off. So to fasten off, I would just take my thread, my needle, and push it through there. And I don't think that that's sufficient, so I'd then go and do a bit more as well and cut it off. So as I said, this is ideal for an absolute beginner. It's an absolutely beautiful tablecloth, and I'm glad I've mentioned the C word.
The Christmas word. Poof. How beautiful is this? It is limited stock. I am so pleased we got to see that before it sold out. Woof. It is limited stock. If you do want to get hold of this, the next person checking that cheeky basket out is going to get it Please make sure you check the basket out though, otherwise you will absolutely be missing out on that one. Beautiful, just beautiful. Okay, more Christmas goodies. So we've gone from the lovely little decorations for your wine bottles to now decorating the tree. Look at him. Isn't he just cute? He's so happy. And look, he's got his little bird. Emily reckons it's... And then she told me not to say it. And which will just make people wonder what you were going to say, Emily. Everyone's going to be going, what were Emily saying? I'm not saying nothing because... So anyway, so we've got little Santa there. That's the other little Santa. Look at his face. Look, they're all so happy and jolly and gorgeous. You what? Oh, this is how Molly feels when her boyfriend hugs her because he's so tall. Oh, she feels like ice. Get off me, I'm melting. And this is a little Santa with all his gorgeous gifts. I really like these. I think they're ever so sweet. You could obviously put, you could put cloves or something all Christmassy smelly in there, couldn't you? Cinnamon sticks in there. Obviously perfect for the tree. Absolutely gorgeous. Now you have got in this one, this is a counter cross stitch. So you are going to get your pattern, and obviously with the pattern it's way bigger than the actual design, which means you can see it easily, which is fabulous. I mean, if you wanted them this big, you could do that. All you need to do, photocopy that pattern, work on something bigger, boom. That's the beautiful thing about cross stitch. You're buying the kit, but that pattern you'll be able to use time and time again. If you wanted to, of course you could do them on bigger bigger areas. You just have to think about it. Obviously bigger areas you have to increase your stitches and things, but it can be done. Now with this one, you are getting your threads, you're getting your needle, you're getting the Ida as well, and you're getting a nice length of the beautiful ribbon there. Now 2/3 of the stock has gone. I told you we're really busy earlier on. £14.39. It's a really good price though, isn't it, that one? Now 747543 is your item number. Carrying on with the wonderful Christmas decoration theme, and we've got the lovely little stockings, and again you can see those fabulous characters. See, they all match to these. So if you are going for these, I feel it'd be almost rude not to go for them all. So there's little Santa. Santa, that's the ice, darling, and that's a little like sledge that is pulling along the mushroom. Santa hasn't had an accident on the ice. And there's Santa dragging the present. Again, no. And now he's sitting reading his little book. Maybe he's reading If You've Been a Good Girl or a Bad Girl, Molly. Under the light. Oh. Now, if you would love these. Now, the lovely thing about these, she's cold. She's so cold, is Molly. So with these, if you want, you don't need to sew the top up, which means you could put little gifts in there and hang them on the tree, like little bits of chocolate or money, and just and hang those on the tree. Now, if you do, again, it's a counted one. So you've got your patterns, you've got your floss. Is that what you call it? I think it is, isn't it? I think it is, it sounds right. And then you've got the needle and your Ida, and then of course you've got your ribbon. If you would like that, again, it's such a good price, £14.39, and that is 023901. That's your item number. Now, I love these because they've been really nice, small little kits, dead easy ones. So if you're beginners, perfect. And then, boom. Not for beginners, really. I don't know with cross stitch. Cross stitch is one of them. If you take your time, if you read the instructions, then I think it'd be possible. But of course, this is a really, really beautiful piece, and it will take you a little while to do this one. And that's the joy, isn't it? You want, with all crafts, it's nice to have something that's nice and quick, and you'll be able to do in an evening, or of course, this is something that's fantastic for really getting stuck into. And this is just gorgeous because 2 payments, £25, and it looks beautiful. I think every year, bringing this out, you know, and I think that's quite a nice idea, isn't it? You know, changing some of the pictures. I think that's great. Don't worry, I was behind that earlier. It's fine, I'll peek around the edges. We're worried about me being a bit smaller than everything else on the next counter, but it's all right. At this time now, I'm well happy to hide behind everything. But yeah, I think changing all your pictures, so changing a few pictures to make your pictures Christmassy is lovely. And I really like the design of this. I like the way they've put that robin right at the front, so he almost comes out of the picture. I think that looks really interesting. It gives it a really, really nice, a nice feature, I think. And I love the colours of this. You know, I was saying in the last hour, it's not a really bright red, you know, it's a lot more natural in its tones. And I think that blue and the grey makes it look really nice and frosty. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And the way it kind of fades out, I think that's really interesting as well. Really, really, it's kind of a designer piece. Now, with this one, again, you're getting your pattern. The pattern looks huge. Don't worry. Don't think when you get that pattern that it's going to be that big. It isn't. Obviously, they expand these so you can actually see what you're doing. They do give you a key as well. So they'll give you a key on there because all your threads are counted. And I love that because, of course, it makes it a little bit easier for you. See, so all those are counted for you. And then you've got your pattern on there as well. You've also got your Ida again. And it's not too close a weave, is that? So it's a quite a clear one to work with. And then, of course, that needle. Full kit for £44.99. 2 payments, £25. And you are saving £5.50. Absolutely beautiful. Please make sure you check your basket out because that one has been busy as well. Now, my two favourites, it must be said, because I think these are so different and so special and unique. We did see in the last hour this one being, well, talk through actually. Sue talked through this one. This is just so cool. Now, you're not getting the hangers. It's important to point that out. This is a really nice traditional Christmas. And Sue put this in because, again, it's so different. And she wanted to give something traditional. Now, this, Sue did say, this one isn't for beginners. You know, if you've been doing cross-stitch for a while, this is for you. And you'll be able to see the detail. I mean, the shading is amazing. You know, you've got the beautiful colours around the edge. Now, so what you do with this one, all these little hooks, you put, look at the packaging. Let me show you packaging. See, it actually has on the packaging, so they've wrapped up little parcels. See, how cool does that look? Isn't that going to be cute? Imagine. Yeah, it's 24 look well nice, and they don't all have to be the same. I just think this is such a nice idea. The other thing as well, the other lovely thing as well, they have thought about it. So they put the lower numbers at the top. So it doesn't mean, you know, 24 is going to be right in front of his face all year round. So the lower ones are at the top, so obviously they'll be taken off. That means you're going to be able to see the design. I love that. I just think that'll come, well, obviously that's going to come out year after year after year. Actually putting all the little presents on, you know, it's just going to be one of those really sweet traditions that you get into. I just think it's exquisite. And of course, because you're making it yourself as well, it's going to be even more special. I love the fact the Ida's, that beautiful natural tone. I think that really works with that traditional Christmas. You've got the metal rings in this one. You've got so much of your wonderful embroidery thread there. I mean, there's tons in this kit. 2 payments, £25. Really like that. You're saving £8.50. 997,092. Now, the other one, that I like both of these, I must admit, but what Sue did, she put a traditional one in, but then she put a cute one in. And look at him. I just think, isn't that adorable? He's saying, hello. Who does that look like? I don't really know. I don't think I know anyone who's that jolly and fabulous in my life, which is terrible, isn't it? Because, don't it? I love that. I just think it's seriously cute. You've got little Santa, you've got the little owl, the fox peeping round, the lovely little squirrel and the bunny rabbit all listening to his story. and he's getting really into his storytelling as well. It's just exquisitely sweet. And I was saying it first hour, this is the kind of thing, you know, when you go to your gran's house when you're a kiddie and gran's got all the little treats on it, don't you? That's the kind of thing that you really want to go and visit gran, obviously to see gran, but also because it's another calendar day. But I love this. I just think it's exceptionally beautiful and really, really different. You know, such a different way of doing your lovely advent calendars. And like this one, look, their ideas on this one are putting little Christmas socks on or little Christmas bags. How cute would that be? Just exquisite. And all you'd need to put in with one of them little chocolate coins or something, you know, it'd be fine. Yeah, a little toffee. 244-528-524 is your item number. Really different, really, really cool. Okay, next. So now we've come on to Pana, and I think I'm saying it right. Now, these are a Russian company. Really, really beautiful and different. So with this one, now what Sue was saying with this one, this is okay for beginners. Which, when you look at that, you go, no way. Oh, yeah, it's okay for beginners because, look, the actual design is printed on the fabric. Ta-da! So what you're doing is using your ribbons, and I love this because, look, you've got a real mixture of different threads in there. So you've got ribbons and you've got your embroidery thread. So you're using those to create this beautiful texture. So you've got loads of texture. And it's really interesting because, again, it's very, very tactile. Isn't that gorgeous? Who wants to be there right now? Yeah, all of us. All of us. With social distance, we could use all the tables. Oh, we could be on a boat each just waving at each other. Doesn't it? I mean, that just looks idyllic, doesn't it? Oh my gosh, I want a holiday. That looks so good, doesn't it? It's a beautiful piece and beginners can do that. And you do, it's one of those that you do want to, it's like, oh yeah, because it's all the needlework is on the boats and it's on the flowers. It's just amazing. It does look painted, but obviously when you get up close to it, you can see all that texture. Now, if you would like to get hold of that, 857-319, that's your item. See, there you go. Boom, there's the texture. Doesn't it look lovely? Because it's really different as well, is that? Superb. Oh, I want to go there, please. We all want to go there. Anyway, yeah, move on before I cry. 857-319, that's your item number. Next now, same, but utterly different. Oh, I really like this as well. I think it's such a beautiful piece. So what you're doing with this one, now you might have seen these before, you might not. I mean, I hadn't seen any of these before, so you might be the same as me. They might all be new to you. This is gorgeous. So same kind of idea. You're getting your printed fabric. So again, you're not having to follow a pattern per se, but that is just really pretty. You've got your 2 needles there as well, gold tip needles as well. And then you've got the threads and the ribbons. So you're going to be learning how to use the ribbons to create that beautiful ribbon embroidery. Now, it is important to point out with these, when you first see the instructions, you've got, these are in Russian. Don't panic, they are in English as well, so please don't worry. But if I just show you, but there's a lot of pictorial instructions for you to follow anyway. So the pictorial instructions are there for you to follow. So it makes it nice and easy for you. But yeah, they have got them in English, so don't worry. Yeah, we won't do that to you. But if you do want to get hold of this, I just think they're beautiful. Do hang on, because we have got another video showing this one. But it's really, really pretty. And it's going to be another one that you've got tons of texture going on there. Texture and colour. It's just, imagine that framed. It's going to look absolutely exquisite. We haven't got a finished sample of this one, I'm afraid. We haven't got one up there. No. Oh, we've got an image. We've got a picture of this one. Oh, look at that. Look at the yellow. So pretty. 515-333 is your item number. You're saving £13 on that as well. It's a really good price. Only £19.99. Okay, next, I'm tiptoeing for you. Now, this is really pretty. Isn't that stunning? And look at the texture of that. It's amazing, isn't it? Only $36.99. You're getting all the ribbons. You're getting the printed fabric again. So you're going to learn all those gorgeous stitches. I really like these. I just think they're such a nice idea. Such a beautiful way of using your ribbons as well. And you're learning technique. I mean, once you've learned that technique, so once you've learned that technique, imagine some stamps you've got. Do you know what I mean? You would, once you've learnt a technique like that, you'll be able to use some of your stamps to actually stamp on fabric and then do your ribbon work over your stamps. Do you know what I mean? You'll be able to use what you learn here for so many other projects. And this is a big piece. I mean, it really is a statement piece. Isn't it pretty? I love the variation of the greens as well. It just makes it look even more natural. Now, again, it is your Russian kit, so the instructions will be in English, so please don't worry. You've got that printed, you've got your needles, and look at that. No, it looks so much better when you get the texture. I mean, that is just, the variation is amazing. Yeah, you're not just going to just pop that in a frame and rest of them you just keep. Don't do that. It looks amazing when it's done. Now, for that whole piece, for the whole kit, you're saving £13 there. Just £36.99. 407371 is your item number. Now, you didn't see this in the last hour. And this is gorgeous. Now, we're actually back to perming on this one. Look at this. It's another tablecloth. It's a runner, this one. Another one that's beautifully finished. I love that. The red work on that is absolutely gorgeous. I really, really like that. And it's not, with something like this, you don't need it to go over, like it'd sit on the table, wouldn't it? It wouldn't drape over the table. It's just beautiful. Now, let me show you this, because, you know, like the Robin one was really easy. Same. So what you've got with this one, loads of red. And it's all embroidery, so it's beautiful quality. It's got that gorgeous sheen, but look, it's actually printed on. So all you are doing is following the pattern. You will have instructions to show you the stitch, but all you're doing is following that. I really like this. This is my second favourite. I love the doodahs, the calendars, the advent calendars, but then it's this. I just love red work. I think that just looks so beautiful. Beautiful. Just look at that. It's gorgeous. And again, it's really tactile. Like where the red work, where it's a lot thicker, you just want to, because it feels beautiful, does that? Really, really like that. Again, you're learning. See, this is the thing about these kits. They're brilliant for beginners, but you are learning some really nice stitches there because it's really textured. You need this in your life. There's some really interesting stitches. Can't find the instructions. But look at this, for instance. Look at that stitch there in the middle of the flower. Look at that lovely little stitch. How pretty is that? So you're learning some really interesting stitches. And these ones, they're really beautiful. They feel amazing. Stunning, yeah, all hand stitched. I love that. Okay, see, if I were ever taking up hand stitching, it'd be that. I'd really like to do that. I'm not doing, but I'd really like to. Well, I have had a little go stitching before I started a creative stitching course. But I had to stop because of uni. No, it was uni though. Anyway, if you, I think at uni or work, but anyway, one of them. 863911 is your item number. That is lush. £19.99 is your price. Okay, now we have got another lovely demonstration from our Sue. Sue is going to be doing that beautiful flower one with all the gorgeous ribbons. So if you do want to get hold of that, then it's only £19.99. Here's some tips and techniques from the lovely Sue.
In this video I'm going to be showing you how to do ribbon embroidery. This kit is ideal for a beginner, even an absolute beginner. I've enjoyed doing this so much that I forgot that I needed to save some of it for demonstrating with, and I've nearly finished the entire picture. I just couldn't put it down, and this is the finished result. I did stop just in time though. Isn't that absolutely fabulous? It just looks so 3D with having the ribbons in it and just gives a different texture to it. In the kit, you get full instructions. Very, very simple. You have only 5 stitches and the stitches are explained on the back, so that's easy enough to follow. It then says order of work, so it tells you all your different flowers and what stitch to use and what colours to use on your flowers. And then at the bottom it tells you what stitch and what colours to do on the leaves, stems and grasses. And just something to point out, in here, I didn't know what this was. In here it says to do the sepals, which is there, using a straight stitch. I didn't know what a sepal was, so therefore I looked it up, and it is actually the little bit of green that protects the bud. So it's after the stem but before the flower. So when it says sepals, for any of you that don't know, that is what it is. Your colour chart is there, and it goes from 1 to 21. You get all your threads and your ribbons pre-organised from 1 through to 21. And another little tip, because your ribbons are a little bit creased up when they arrive, I would suggest you iron them on a very gentle iron. So I'm going to use these for demonstrating with, and I've just ironed those out. But you do need a very cool iron to do it, otherwise you will just burn the ribbon. And also your fabric comes folded into 4, so again, on the wrong side, just gently iron it, but again on a coolish iron. I would advise anybody doing this to work in a hoop. If you don't work in a hoop, then you're not going to get your stitches to lie nice and flat the same, because you need the tautness of the hoop. So I chose a hoop that is big enough to cover the design, because again, I don't want the ribbon embroidery to be trapped between the hoop and the outer hoop and the inner hoop. As you can see, I've bound the inside of my hoop. That helps keep it, the fabric clean, but also it helps keep it nice and taut. It stops it from slipping. And to fasten it onto the hoop, you just get your round ring first, place your embroidery over the top of it, and make sure that you have got all of the embroidery covered. And one other little tip that I found out recently, on your hoop here, I find that I have a tendency to catch my threads on that bit there. Can you see the screw there? If you put the screw the opposite way to the hand that you use for doing your embroidery, you're less likely to catch it. Now I'm left-handed, so I'm going to put it on the right-hand side, and I put it at the top. I just do that, it doesn't matter on this, but I've got used to always putting it at the top, so that if I did any other work and I wasn't sure which was top and bottom, I automatically know because I've put that on there. And then just place your embroidery frame, there we go, and tighten it up. Can you see the difference already? That is nice and taut. And I'm just tightening this up now so that it won't slip. There we go. You get 2 needles in your kit. One is for doing the embroidery with the threads, and one is for doing with the ribbons. So that is your needle. If I just place it on there, you can see. That's for with the embroidery threads, and that one is for the silk ribbon. And that's because your eye is much bigger on that. When you've finished working at the end of each session, please take your needle and put it in the edge of the fabric. If not, and you leave it in the fabric in the middle somewhere, you might find that you get the pinholes from the needle left. So just pop them out of the way. I'm going to be working with this one because I'm going to show you how to do this stitch here. So these are the lilac stitches, and if you look on your instruction sheet, here it is the violets. No, it's not. I've done the violets already. They're the violets. It is the bluebells. There. Right, so a little tip. I'm going to show you how to thread your needle so that the ribbon doesn't constantly fall out of the eye of the needle, because it will do otherwise. And if you look at the instructions on this, it does suggest that you do the lilac stitches, the dark purple stitches first, and the lilac stitches over the top. And that's because on some of them, if you can see, that lilac stitch is actually going into the purple stitch. So we need to do the purple first. So thread your needle with the eye of the needle there. There we go. And then with your point of your needle and the end of the silk, just push it through right to the end. Catch it, and that now is solid and it will not come undone. And that will save you a lot of hassle, because if you don't do that, you're constantly rethreading your needle. When we work with ribbon embroidery, we don't knot it because it would be too bulky on the back. So we just need to hold a little bit at the back, and then as we do our work, we make sure that we catch in the edge of the ribbon. So this stitch is, let me show you on here. This is a ribbon stitch, and this is the stitch there. So what we're going to be doing is we're actually going to be piercing the ribbon. So if I start on, all right, I'm going to work upside down, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to start here so that you can see it nice and clearly. So I'm coming from the top, and I need to just hold a little bit of the embroidery at the back, the silk ribbon, and then you place the ribbon flat over the guidelines and you push your needle, can you see that? Through. Don't worry if it tangles up a little bit, it'll all come right. And then very, very slowly and carefully, there we go, just pull it through until it just leaves that little bit of a, it almost looks like a knot, but it's not at the end of it. I'll show you again. So we're going to, so because I'm going to come up there, what I now need to do, oh, it's done it automatically. I've actually caught in the end of my silk. There we go. So that's caught that in, so that means that that won't come undone anymore. So hold your ribbon flat. Put the needle through your thread, through your silk. And then just if you pull it too fast, you could find that you pull it right through, and you don't want that, because this is the effect that we want. Can you see? There we go. You can leave it at that. And I'll do the third one so that we've got those done. And this stitch is, on this particular kit, tends to be used for nearly all of the flowers. Yes, every one of these stitches on here, if you look, that's the only stitch that is slightly different, but otherwise all of these stitches, the daisies, all of the leaves are all done in exactly the same stitch. And the only other stitch that's used on here in the using the embroidery threads are the stems, which are done in stem stitch, and then the those little I don't even know what they're actually called, but those leaves there, and they're just long stitch. So the stems themselves are done in stem stitch, but then those are just done in long stitch. So it's very, very easy to do, and as I say, it's ideal for a beginner, especially as you've got the background already printed on for you. There we go. There, and just leave it like that. Now I would try and do all of those dark purple stitches all together now, because I've already threaded my needle and I don't want to be constantly cutting it off and restarting again, because it does make the back look ugly. Your back won't be particularly pretty anyway. That's the back of mine. You can't help it. It's just if you were to keep cutting off after every time you've done a flower, then it would look very unseemly. So I just carry on through. As long as you're not dragging your either your embroidery thread or your ribbon very far, then that's absolutely fine. In fact, you can see on that there, I've actually dragged it across, but then I've caught the ribbon in place so that it doesn't sort of stand out at the back. And that's how easy it is to do that stitch.
Oh, thank you. It's lovely, Sue. Isn't that just beautiful? If you do want that, please check your baskets out. It's absolutely stunning. Okay, we have got, obviously, I just want to, well, I've already had it on my head. Truth be known. No point lying. I'm not going to talk because I'll end up giving things away. Okay, so what you've got here, this is one of your 7-day savers, so only available until Sunday at that reduced price, and you're saving £31.50. Okay, so what you've got here, first of all, you've got this massive massive bucket. Now, what I like with these little buckets, they haven't got handles or anything, so you can stick all sorts in here. You know, things like this. I mean, it might be in, I don't know, a guest room, you're putting towels in there. It might be a dirty washing bag, so it looks really pretty. It might anything. It literally could be anything. Dog toys. It could be all your fabric scraps. So handy. But what I do love about these, obviously, it folds down, so it's so handy to actually store away. But I mean, it's got enough stabiliser in it to actually stand up as well. Love that. That's really pretty. You've then got the little bag in the matching fabric. So this is for storing your yarn. So what you've got in here, let's just squidge that out a little bit. Obviously, when you pop things in here, it's going to be, you know, it's going to be a bit firmer. So what you've got, I'm just squidging them sides out. So you've got a little zip at the top. Bear with. Zips open. Oh yeah, hold on. Oh wow, hold on. Hold on, mate. Got it. Right, so what you've got, okay, this is kind of cool. So you've got a massive pocket at the back. You've then got this really quite unusual zip that I don't understand, so I'm not going to think about that. But then you've got these little zips. Look, so all these little compartments, you put your yarn in there, so like you'll put your balls of wool in there, and then thread them through the top, so while you're knitting, they can all be coming out the top. Isn't that cool? I love that. So it won't get really, really messy. You've then got, oh, I bet you keep your needles in them, don't you? Oh yeah, that's more sensible. The end of the yarn, of course. That absolutely makes sense. But yeah, it could be your needles. Go on then. What's that zip for then, ladies, seeing as you've sussed it out? Needles in that. Oh gosh, I am really, really not with it tonight, am I? All I know is it's a bag. Yeah, I think it's a really good idea. I mean, I just think that's ace. I love that. Which top? What's top? Snacks. 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 I mean, to be fair, these are all great for snacks, so you can see what you've got in there. Now the straws through the holes. That's brilliant. I really like that. Both of them for £12.49. That's really, really good. Massive long straws. So you can sit there with massive long straws and have a full bottle of Prosecco. Now, if you would like to get hold of those, saving £31.50, really good. And of course, they all flatten down, which is fantastic. 484600 is your item number. Next, we have got, right, so we're going to trot down counter again. Unfortunately, the robin has sold out. So that lovely robin tablecloth has gone. As I said, if you do want anything, Hochanda.com or 01733602000 to place your orders. Now, cute. These are lovely. Whether you're using these on maybe a wine bottle or a champagne bottle, but I was saying in the earlier show, something like this, I mean, it doesn't have to be on a bottle of booze. It could be on an empty bottle that then put little fairy lights in, so it's all twinkly and lovely. You know, you might actually be putting these maybe on a vase or something that you then put flowers in, or your gorgeous Christmassy flowers. So it doesn't have to be on a bottle of wine, but obviously if you're given a bottle of wine as a gift, how pretty would one of these look? and it's just so cute. And the thing is, you could actually put names on there as well, couldn't you? Which I just think seriously cute. Really, really lovely. You're getting all 4. They're already finished, so you don't have to actually do any sewing on these. And you are getting your patterns because it's a counted cross stitch. So you're going to be able to do this again and again and again. Now, if you would like to get hold of all 4 of those for just £24.99, including the embroidery thread and, of course, the needle, 650. Yes, I said that right. 251. That's your item number. Now, next, we've got our lovely little mini Santas. And that one is, yeah, definitely my favourite. He's proper cute. Absolutely love it. And he's chatting away there to his little Robin. And just really cute. And they all match together. So, you've got your first one, chunnering away. You've got the second one. I'll swap it so that one gets a little go on there. Look at that. And then the third one. Don't they look pretty when they're hung up? And you see, the thing is with these, you can obviously change them as well. You know, if you wanted to, you could put a little trim round there. If you wanted to, you could put a little bell on end of his hat. Or you could obviously, again, you could actually put someone's name like on the back, because the back's going to be plain. Ours does say, you know, but the back's going to be plain. So you could put, maybe they're going to be a gift for baby's first Christmas, and you want to put the name or something, you know, so there's plenty of room for it to be really bespoke and to be personalised. Now, you get your pattern, so you can do that time and time again. You've got all your thread, and of course you've got your ribbon in this one, and you've got freedom price. Oh. They were stood up, but I knocked them down, and I can't ever do it again. Oh, whoa. Walk away, Leone. Walk away. £12.95. That's for all 3 of those, and they're just delightful. 757. No, I didn't. 747 543 is your item number. How much time have we got? How many? Boom. I mean, oh, it's nearly the end. 4 minutes. Okay, so next, carrying on in your wonderful, have you teased me? Really, it's 14. I'm not whinging at all. I'm not whinging about the doing the show. It's just because it's late, that's all. I love this one. Again, absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, I've got him pulling along his little mushroom. You've got him there pulling along his little gift. Just one gift on that one. And then reading his little book again. And do you know what? He's reading the same book, isn't he, as the other one? You know that we've got at the end on the Advent calendar? It's a Christmas, it's the story of Christmas. I just think they're seriously cute. You've got all your thread, you've got your Ida, you've got your pattern, your actual counting. So it does mean you can replica them time and time again. Only £14.39. That is 023901. Now, we've gone on from nice and easy to boom, that nice big piece. How gorgeous is this? It's just so pretty. I mean, the detail in that is exquisite. I love with cross stitch, you know, the amalgamation of colour to really add depth to that image. I mean, when you look at that, look how many different colours. And it's like a pixelated picture, isn't it? Because when you step away, it just all blends beautifully in. It's just so clever. I mean, the people who come up with these designs are just amazing. Again, you've got that beautiful big picture that will come out year after year after year. And I just find cross stitch very tactile. I always want to just see what it feels like, because I just think it's gorgeous. £14, no it isn't. £49.99 is your price. That is 2 payments of £25. £319337. Okay, then in the last of our Christmas, we've got the 2 beautiful calendars, the Advent calendars, which are definitely my favourite. They're different. I mean, they're brand new to us here at Hochanda today, and I've never seen anything like that before. I've seen the Advent calendars with pockets and with little boxes, but where you actually tie your little parcels on. I just think that is lovely. Now, what Sue wanted to do, she wanted to give us a more traditional Christmas. I love the little snowman behind. Hello, you forgot something. I think he's telling him he's dropped a little present. And what he doesn't realise is it's for him. Oh, So it's okay, Molly, even cold people, even cold-hearted people get presents. She's not really cold-hearted, oh, it's easy. She's all right sometimes. No, she's fabulous because she's my telly daughter. Now, if you would, are you 21? When, next week? Oh my gosh, we didn't know. I've forgotten. Worst mother award. How I could tell. So what you've got with this one, I'll make you something. I'll have to do a card, won't I? So you've got the whole kit. You've got all the beautiful threads. You've got, of course, the rings as well. It is 2 payments, £25, 99709. So I've only got seconds left. If you do want the last one, I adore this. Really, really cute. That is something that you need, isn't it? I mean, your kids, your grandkids are going to love that. Or make it just for yourself, because let's face it, how nice would that be? And every day, and I'm not being funny, but if I did that and put presents on it, I would have absolutely forgotten what I bought myself by the time I got to day 13. Now, thank you ever so much. I will be seeing you on Saturday. I've got a show Saturday and then a show on Sunday. Don't go anywhere. Well,